One. Cheers.
How many pictures are on Yelp? Pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where you're at.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married. Now you know, first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with her.
And look at
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean that's a whole
you
nother
think so?
subject. I think
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for listening. Welcome to the Men Don't Know podcast. I'm the man of many friends, your host and creator, Chris Boone. And here on the podcast, we talk with a bunch of guys. We ask a bunch of women questions over wine and cocktails. Now, whether you're listening to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora, YouTube, Audio Boy, you downloaded that Men Don't Know podcast app. I cannot thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always, but hit me up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1. Shoot me an email, Chris at MenDon'tKnow.com, or hop on the MenDon'tKnow.com website and shoot me a message. Boy, my guy.
What's up, man?
Back in the building. Question of the day. We got a couple minutes, so I want to ask you first. Let's get your opinion on it. Why do you think people cheat?
Numerous things.
Okay, give me top five. Top five answers on the board.
One, they're not happy with their situation. Maybe their own self. That could be one. They're not happy with their spouse, too.
Okay. Damn, you know what? Opportunity knocks.
Opportunity, like, you know, we always joke around about the office wife, the office husband. See, that shit really goes down. You know? And it's like, you can't.
Yeah.
Your sig other is at work for 8 hours a day. Granted, they work they don't work from home.
Yeah, 100%.
There's just you know, office inappropriate stuff that goes down. And if a guy is, I want to say, weak or too tempted to do it, he could cheat right there.
Yeah.
You know? And going with the girls too, I'm not letting them off the hook. I'm just saying.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
The
work husband.
Unhappy. Yeah, exactly.
You want your latte again today? He didn't make you lunch.
Come right down that office. No, I got it. I got it, big dog. I got it, champ. I'm the only wake up she needs.
Hey, Coy, what size is your wife in lingerie? I mean,
excuse me? Not even for that promotion, buddy.
I mean, you know what? I'll hold mine to the end. We're gonna call one person, but no, I think what you're saying is 100%, and it has a lot to do with a lot of other things too. But let's call my sister. Yes, that's what we'll do. Let's call my sister. There she is. Hey, what are you doing?
Just enjoying this daylight savings.
Oh, right. Hey, that time it looked nice. Hey, you see the weather coming?
Getting better.
I know. I know. Crazy.
I see an 8.
Looking forward to it.
So, question of the day, Nina. I'm here with Coy. Coy, say what's up to Nina.
Nina, what's going on?
Hey, Coy.
All right. Question of the day. Let me ask you this. You good? You good, Coy?
I'm fine.
Okay. He had to sip a jacket. I'm fine. Just checking. I heard the jacket go all the way up to the top. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Never said. Don't ever. I don't want to see you walking around with a jacket zipped all the way up. That's crazy. That looks crazy.
All the way up.
Coy, that looks crazy.
Zooted. All the way.
All right. I'm sorry. All right, Nina. Back up. Why do people cheat? That is the question of the day.
Honestly, okay. This isn't for everybody. This is just my opinion. I feel as though when women cheat, it's because sometimes they're just over their relationship and don't
I don't want to say don't know how, because clearly we're adults, we know how to get out of a relationship, but it's about not wanting to have the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds ridiculous, but not wanting to have the conversation, not trying to hurt someone's feelings, or if their significant other had cheated on them and they're just getting back at them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I'm always about, if that's where my head's going, it's just better to get out of the relationship. Because I just believe in karma. I believe in karma like too much. So
Facts.
yeah.
Facts. I think sometimes I feel like the person they met is not the person they're in a relationship with too.
Yeah.
I think the idea sometimes is, sorry, let me turn it down. I think the idea now sometimes is, the idea was, damn, all we've done together and all that we have and all that we do and all that we are doing is not with the person that I started with. And I think sometimes people, I don't think they take enough time to make sure the person they're with is the person they started with. And they always say people grow apart and they fall out of love. And do you think too, I even hate using this or saying this, but I think some people can't leave a relationship because they can't afford to. And they put themselves in a situation where it's like, I got to stay here, but, we really don't. I think, and I hate saying fools rush in, but damn, like
that's a sucky
staying because you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
I mean,
motherfucker, it's expensive. It is expensive out here. I'm not gonna lie to you, and some people don't have nowhere to go, bro.
Yeah, it is expensive. Some people don't have anywhere to go, and it's okay. It's when it's that dire, because that's a situation. That's a huge situation. Am I going to be homeless or should I just stay? You're making sacrifices to keep a roof over your head until you're able to leave. The goal should be to leave. So that means that if you you should be focusing on leaving. Yeah,
I agree with that too.
You should be focusing on leaving. And I know people are like, well, if I have, let's say 3 or 4 children and I can't work all these additional hours. And what I have seen is that is when, when you're working or whatnot, like that's when but that's when cheating comes to where they know that they need to get out of this relationship. Because here's the thing, like, if that is the situation that you're in, and just heaven forbid that your significant other, like, literally kind of threaten you, like, you can't work, you can't do that, or whatnot. Of course, I would hope that they would, try to get help through police, women's shelter. But if it's out of just, I can't leave because they take care of me and all that. That's a different situation.
Yep.
Now you can, what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, now it's time for you to get a job. Like, well, step one, but some people, some people just stay to stay. Yeah. And honestly, let's not act like people don't cheat for the thrill and the fucking adrenaline rush and for the feeling of not getting caught, because motherfuckers are out there still doing that too. Okay, yeah, and let me tell you, you will always get caught, especially nowadays. All the cameras, wherever, you will get caught.
Yeah. You will be in the background of somebody's IG photo.
This day and age.
Not just that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. See, I'm a Droid user. Yeah. It's only Dad and I who are out of the whole entire family. However, everybody else's iPhone.
Yeah.
If I mean, the amount, Francis's phone goes off, his phone goes off, his iPad goes off, both his MacBook goes off.
All connected.
So,
sound like a shot. It sound like a drive-by hit the house. Oh yeah.
Like everything's connected.
Yeah, 100%.
And I will tell you, you will always get caught. People are like, oh, I'm never gonna. You will always get caught.
Yeah.
Always. Not cotton. That's not even a word. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have caught one of my friend's boyfriend. Like, and it was, and I just caught him because I was actually done eating at a restaurant across the street, and I noticed his car. And at first I was like, wait, there's plenty of BMWs, right? But something just was like, let me check real quick, because like he had this tiny little pink sticker on like in the corner of a rear view mirror. I'll never forget it. And he never wanted to remove it. I don't know why. Well, that's like very far-fetched, right? I went into that restaurant and I was like, boop, there it goes.
Got you on live.
Oh, yeah. You'll always get caught. Yeah. You will always get caught. So, yeah, that could be a thrill. But, I mean, if you're willing to lose any and everything for that thrill, go ahead, because you might not get caught one time, the second time, but you will get caught.
Yeah,
and I hope you're willing to lose everything, because I've seen that a lot more than the person just staying there.
I always tell people I'd rather just walk away amicably than to just no, it's not even point. Look, you know what? This is not working out. We are on two different planets. Right?
Yeah, like what's the high?
Yeah. No,
you got to like if you need a high or whatnot. I mean, you can play little games with your significant other
100%.
and get that fun high if that's what you're looking for. You really can, but
100%,
yeah, I mean, people want to do that nowadays. Honestly, that's fucking ridiculous.
I just think it's that, and it's people also may cheat because the romance has left the relationship, and I'm not making that as an excuse. Let me be perfectly clear, but I am going to say that there are people that will step out because the romance is gone, and there's no. And I think that's a two-person thing. Like, I don't think if we're not, if there's not romance, then damn, like, let's not, like, you and I get it. There's time and there's everything and there's you can't be love bombing and X, Y, and Z, but you should know what puts a smile on each other's face, and you should do that from time to time to let them know, like, damn, I still want to chase after you as the first day I met you.
Yeah, but guess what? People are lazy. And sometimes we're like, oh, okay, we'll make excuses for them. Yeah. I was with a person like that where it was like, okay, I would try and bring the romance back, and he didn't. And then was upset when the last time he's like, I can't do this. You were talking to your dad on the phone for 45 minutes. Yeah. And mind you, he was 10 years older than me. Trust me. Damn. It was all fine and dandy when I was like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
And we stayed done.
Baby, come back.
Shocked. Yeah. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll do X, Y, and Z. Damn. Yeah. No.
No. She was Erykah Badu.
Definitely. Yeah.
Calling Tyrone. Dang.
Yeah. That's exactly.
That's crazy.
Like, no. Like, if honestly, hindsight 2020.
It always is. Yeah, it always is.
Like, what I've learned is, like, leave. When you think, like, oh, my goodness, where they're going to go, where they're going to stay, what not.
Somebody got a couch.
They'll be okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Because we're not with those people who are in dire need, but because there's at least, I'll say 60% of people, 60%. And if not, like, there's rooms to rent.
100%. Yeah. I don't know. I agree with you on all the points too. Like it's just, I always look at people. I'm like the moment you realize neither one of y'all are trying, just look at each other and say, "Hey, look, come on. Like, what are we doing here?"
Right.
Like I think honest conversations help weed out the bullshit, and weed out helping y'all hate each other for life too. Like agree to disagree. And it's okay for, it's like, damn, you can love a person and not be with them. Like, damn, I love you and I wish you the best. Like, it just was never going to work out. But I truly have love for you. And if it's meant to be, it'll spin the block. It'll spin the block and it'll happen and it'll come back together. I remember, I always tell people, me and Coy, they didn't cheat or anything, but they realized they fell out of love and they got a divorce. And they were separated for 5-6 years. And they randomly kind of came back into each other's life, went out on a date, realized like, damn, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. And they got back together, and me and Coy shot their wedding day because their first wedding day, the photographer lost the photos and everything. So they kind of recreated their wedding day. You remember Coy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and they were older too.
Yeah, super older.
So it's not too late for anybody.
Yeah, and they were in their 60s. It was Nina. It was like such a memorable situation, Nina. And I was just sitting there like, wow, fuck, like me and Coy watching that. Like it was like one of those things.
Dad's friend. He went to like a farewell little get together because his friend was divorced from her ex-husband, but soon to be husband again, for 10 years.
Yeah, crazy.
And it was an amicable divorce.
Yeah.
They were done, whatnot. But, they have children, so they kept the friendship.
You had to.
And boop, the last 3 years, they've rekindled.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they lived in 2 different states.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they spent all this time. They literally rebuilt their relationship, doing long distance, of course, visiting each other. But 100%. It was still like a true rebuild. Yeah. So it'll happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, but no, like don't cheat. Like I just don't get it. And it's heartbreaking. And it's infuriating, to be honest. Like that's why are you cheating? Just let me go. Why? Like don't waste my time. Let me go.
Wow, yeah.
But you want to be that selfish?
I think people, but some people, some people are held hostage in relationships where it's like I get like they're never gonna let me go. And once
held hostage because someone's throwing oodles of money at them.
No, or just like they put themselves in a position where they can't get out of. I'm pretty Nina. There is situations like that. I'm not saying there's a high percentage of it, but there are low percentage. It's like, nah, we don't have sex. He doesn't want me to leave. It's just we're just here. And
that's unfortunate.
Oh my God, that's depressing. Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna pray for those people to gain their strength and their money, their bags, and leave.
100%.
When they see an opportunity,
dip.
I hope they take it.
Bye.
I'm pretty sure they will. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate you.
All right, same here. You guys have fun.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Sometimes you just. I look at all sides of the coin. We could all say we would never do it, and it's just you just have to be that person that sticks to your guns in those type of situations. But I mean, there are situations where it's just like, I hope you fix the situation you're in, or you get out of the situation you're in. I don't think anybody's condemning anybody. It's just like, you're not in that person's life, and you don't know how they're living. You don't know what they're going through being in there. They could feel like they're in jail.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, during COVID time, a lot of people didn't realize who they were living with until they were living with them.
That's an extra 8 hours a day with that person on top of the hours after that you're spending with them.
100% when you're usually only used to spending an hour and a half with them a day. I tell people, like, a lot of people really got to find out who they were with.
Especially if they just moved in together.
Oh, yeah.
And then COVID happened. And it's like you didn't even get that time where you both were at the office at a certain time. You were just both at home.
Now you're both at the dinner table working.
Big difference living with somebody.
100%. Oh gosh, yeah. Now let me ask you this: do you recommend living before? Like, how? Let me ask you this, Coy, and this is a good question for you. And this we'll preface and we'll pick it up on another episode. But from meeting to dating to doing nights over to moving in together to like
Drawer.
Okay. Drawer comes in before moving in together.
Yep.
I know there's really no time on it, but would you say 6 months of dating to getting a drawer?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
And then 6 months, now you get a drawer. A year you move in.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Like,
Go ahead.
people just skip the drawers. Like, 6
know.
months,
Yeah.
hey, come on in. It's
No,
don't do that.
Get the drawer. Year to move in.
Once you move in with that person, they move in with you. There's
Now-
no going back.
Yeah, now and then. Let me ask you this: after move-in, how long to engagement? Would you
See,
say?
I don't know times on that.
Yeah, I know,
But
I know
I
you
definitely know the move in should happen before.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
If you can, if it's acceptable by both parties, both families.
Yeah,
and-
100%. I think after move-in, like within a year of moving in together and spending that much time with them, you should know, like, damn, I could rock with this person.
It's only for your own benefit to do that.
100%. And I just like to say, the reason why I always preface this is like, dog, like, the idea is to make sure you take divorce off the table.
Yeah, limit it.
Yeah, dog, just take it off the fucking
Because it's
table.
like, what if you just get married, then you move in together, and you're like, damn, I didn't know this.
That is hard. Yeah, 100%.
She didn't know that. Then it's like,
100%.
fuck. Now it's a big problem going
100%.
forward. And so
100%. And that's
something
why
that
I
you
always say,
could've
like,
figured
dog,
out.
like, make sure, I always say, make sure the person you're with, if push comes and shove, y'all could live in y'all could rent a room from somebody and be happy.
yeah.
If y'all can't do that, and just like, dog, we're just gonna downside rent a room for somebody for a year to stack up all our money to buy a house. But if she's not willing to do that, I want to know who's gonna go to the lowest of lows. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna rock with me?
I feel you.
Yeah, because let me explain something to you. Life is peaks and valleys.
Sure.
Peaks and valleys.
It's like
Who's
a
gonna be
stock market.
who's gonna be in the peak with me? Who's gonna be in the valley with me? Because the person in the valley, you know, like they say, you know, what did Tory Lane say? The only person shooting in the gym with me was Spalding. Like, you know, you don't want it to be that way.
Ain't no mountain high.
All right, cool. Let's get up out of here. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for listening, whether you're listening to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora, YouTube, Audible. You downloaded that Men Don't Know podcast app. I can't thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always. Hit me up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1. Shoot me an email, Chris at MenDon'tKnow.com, or hop on the MenDon'tKnow.com website and shoot me a message. Call my guy. We are out.
How many pictures are on Yelp? You pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where you're at.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married. Now you know, it's first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with her.
And look at
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean, that's a whole
Really?
nother
You think so?
subject. I think